Rick B's Daily Vlogs.
All right, we are live. Facebook Live here on the Daily Podcast and the Daily Vlog. We have a special treat for you guys today. Special meaning special. This guy, funny guy. If you guys watched Jo Koy when he was in the Philippines, this guy right here knocked it out of the ballpark, and I'm glad to have him on the show. But as we always do on my podcast and vlog, we're gonna get this started. This is going out to my cousin because this is his favorite song. Welcome everyone. It's the Daily Podcast and the Daily Vlog live on Facebook. Watching you guys now live on Facebook. And if you guys been following me on social media or any social media, you guys know who's going to be on in about 1 minute. He's already waiting in the waiting room. Told him to be on there. Joey Guila, guys. Joey Guila is coming on the Daily Podcast, the Daily Vlogs. We got tons of questions for him. It is 8 o'clock. We're going to let him in and we're going to play a nice song for him.
Everything's masarap. Ain't no party like a Filipino party, cause the Filipino party don't stop.
Mr. Joey Guila.
My brother,
Mr.
that's the
Joey
jam.
Guila right there. Shout out to Jax Guapo for letting me play this for you today, man. That's pretty cool. And
That's the cut, man.
yeah,
That's,
man.
That's
Filipino
the
party.
guy like Teddy Riley right there.
There it is right
I love
there.
it.
Everybody, Facebook, Instagram, every you guys watching, Mr. Joey Guila is here with us on the Daily Podcast, guys.
Hey, what's up, man? Thank you for having me, brother. It's my pleasure. I like your background, brother. That's smooth.
Yeah, I was trying to do the whole like Japanese look and all that stuff, but
Right,
it's just a divider so you guys don't see the Filipino mess in the
I
background.
like that. I need one of those, like a confession booth.
Yeah,
Like a
yeah.
Catholic confession booth.
Like, I got the two spoons and the Last Supper in the background. Didn't want you guys seeing that today, so.
Oh, that's the one right there. You got that professional mic too. I like that, brother. That's official.
It's it does what it does. It does what it does. I like it gets me pretty good to the stuff that I do, man. It's All right, Mr. Joey Guila, got a lot of questions for you, man.
Brother, right before you called, I was just listening to this jam. Do you remember this song right here?
Yeah, man.
What's the remix? It's Teddy Riley's remix. Oh, this is jam right here. Let's warm up right now, everyone. Come on. Put your hands up, everyone. Put your hands up.
Come on, get your hands up.
Everyone, Facebook. Oh, shoot. Here we go.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
that's the jam.
Oh,
Thank
man.
you, brother.
You're throwing me
Oh,
back to the
man.
days when we used to hang out at Denny's over there in Westboro.
Westboro, sir, that was the best Denny's, man. I don't know if it's because you were buzzed, but Hennessy and omelet, brother, together. Oh my God, that's amazing.
You always have to get the right waitress though, because if you got that one that didn't want to deal with us back then,
No,
always
it
have
took
to
like
deal with the
30
right
minutes
one.
for ketchup. Remember that?
Oh my God. We kind of got smart because what we did was we ended up bringing our own stuff. If we
No
knew you were
way.
going to Denny's, someone in our car, shout out to Keitho, Chris, people who's on the show right now. Quattro
what's up?
Quince who's watching us on Facebook Live. Shout out to you guys. Yeah, dude, we used to bring our own stuff. We used to make sure that if we didn't have condiments and didn't have any of these things, we made sure we had our own stuff.
We did, man. I remember we had patis, that Jew friend sauce. We bring patis to the club and a water gun.
Everywhere, man. Everywhere. Man, I got lots of questions for you, man. I want to definitely pick your brain a little bit. Wrote a lot of things down. I'm not one to write things down, Joey, but you got me writing things down. You got me writing questions down that I got to ask you.
It's like my first interview at KFC, man. I'm going to try to answer them all correctly.
Okay. What's your favorite chicken? No.
I know. I like the wang, brother, the wang.
The first honest question is, man, what got you into comedy?
Oh, it got me into comedy. I always used to watch my father as a youngin', and he was like the ultimate entertainer. As soon as we come in our family party, he's already turning the music on, dancing, joking with his brothers and sisters and teasing them. And it was like a show, like a little Apollo at the Guila parties. And yeah, he just made everyone feel good. And I just saw how he would change the energy,
Nice.
when he would walk in. And I was little Joey, so I'd walk in like really shy, just watching him. He was already like dancing, turning on his stereo, making fun of his brothers and sisters and dancing. And yeah, it was almost like the 70s and the early 80s was kind of like what made me want to do comedy. Just remembering that I didn't know if he was going to pass the gift on to me. But just seeing that as a child, I just said, oh man, that just looks so fun. And then when I was in high school, going to the garage parties when all my friends used to DJ, I would just grab the mic and I'd be joking, capping on some of my friends while they're setting up the DJ equipment. And then being the first one to dance and like, oh, come on, let's dance, yo. And I'm like, wait, I'm just doing what my dad did. But I didn't realize it.
Yeah.
And then, that's how it kind of started. But officially, what got me into comedy is because I had a setback with my health.
Yes.
At 23, I had the big C. I had Hodgkin's lymphoma. And then, laying down there, I was just watching stand-up comedy. And I go, oh, man, I would laugh. I go, this feels so good. And I said, wait a second. Man, if this feels so good, it's making me forget about this chemo going through me. I said, one day when I'm in remission, I would love to be a part of that healing,
Yes.
So that's what gave me the idea to do that.
Yeah, one of your comments, man, and your comment is deep, man. Laughter is medicine. And
yes, it is.
It is. I mean, you just said it right there when you're sitting there and you know there's something inside you. The only way to try to cure it naturally is to laugh. So that was cool, man. That was cool that you were sitting there and finding comic in the situation that you were in, right?
Yeah, definitely. And it was a trip because I said, wow, this is some type of medicine because I could feel it.
Yes.
I don't know what it's doing to your cells, but it just causes, better blood flow.
Yes.
and stress is released and
Yes.
worries are gone. And yeah, I think it's just a simple formula. Remember to laugh whenever you can, as much as you can.
Yes.
Be around happy people.
Yes. I got Keith Okada here. I don't know if you remember Keith Okada, Westmore, class of 90.
Yes. Hell yeah. What's up, Keith?
He's watching live on Facebook.
Oh, man. What's up, Keith?
Mr. Club KO himself on here.
Legend.
And then, who was your biggest, I want to say, Filipino, growing up and you wanted to be a comic, growing up back then, there was not a lot of Filipino comedians that we could look up to, right? Right. Everybody had like Robin Williams or they had like Eddie Murphy that they said, I want to be just like them. Who was yours? And we didn't have a lot to pick from growing up.
Yeah. Just seeing, growing up with watching Eddie Murphy and Richard Pryor and Robin Williams was my favorite.
Yes.
Those were like the guys I looked up to, as well as my father.
Yes.
And who turned me on to like the Filipino comedy was two guys, Kevin Camia and Alan Manalo.
Nice.
Yeah, I met them at an open mic like during my early years when I first started. Like, you Filipino? I said, yeah. And Alan Manalo, such a cool brother, legend, man.
Yes.
He's like, hey, I want to put you on a show. So Kevin Camia and Alan Manalo put me on my first show. But before that, when I was, going through what I was going through with the Big C, I used to watch Comic View in the 90s. And I saw my brother Jo Koy on there. And
Jo Koy.
And I didn't know he was Pinoy. I was like, oh, man. And, because I love Comic View, BET's Comic View.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's so dope, man. I said, that Asian brother, I found out he was Filipino and I moved to LA. I was like, oh, damn. Yeah, that's a trip, man. And shoot, there's so many other pioneers like Edwin San Juan, my brother. Man. Edwin San Juan, good brother of mine. When I first started, I think the second time I ever performed was in LA. And he just invited me. He goes, hey, you want to come to the Laugh Factory? I said, yeah. So I got to hang out with him. And I was like, oh, man, this is real comedy.
Yeah.
He was just killing it with these Latino crowds. And so my first audience was like Latino when I lived in LA.
Nice.
To be a hairdresser. And
I saw that you were a cosmetologist. You were a hairdresser in Rodeo Drive, Beverly Hills area.
Right. Yeah.
How was that? You grew up in the Bay Area. Then you moved down to LA. Did you move to LA for comedy? Is that what you did?
No, originally. So when I was going through the Big C, I lost my hair.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I said, I wanted to eventually do comedy, but I said, I need some kind of a trade. So I said, my grandfather was a beautician. and my great grandfather was a beautician. So I said, oh, maybe I'll be a barber or something like that.
Yeah.
So I was in Vallejo searching barber schools, and I went to a cosmetology schools, and they were like, oh, you need to do everything, hair color. What is? I said, really? I said, oh, I just know how to fade.
Yeah.
They said, oh, believe me. So I was going to cosmetology school, and it was cool because there was only like me, my friend Craig, and this other dude. We're only 3 straight dudes in cosmetology school.
Of course.
Yeah, it was hilarious. It was comedy. It was in Vallejo, though, at a place called Bjorn's.
Okay.
And that was, man, that's material all in itself, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, I can just imagine how much material you got out of there, man. That's that's pretty cool. And then you were doing cosmetology. Then you decided to do comedy.
Yeah. So I was working in. I got a job in Beverly Hills working at Jose Bear Salon, and Jerry Seinfeld was a customer of my friend on the hair cutting side. I was on the color side, and I was just looking, and I was like, oh, sure, that's Jerry Seinfeld. And I was like hella creepy. I was just looking like this. And he would look over, and he'd see me, and I'd look down, and I was like, oh, man, he's a comedian. He started off as a comic, doing what he loves. And then right after that, I just... there was just some like inexpensive comedy class. It was in a trailer, and I went to that one and got, it was a trip. I was like, oh man, what am I doing? This is a trip. This is weird. And I took like 2 comedy classes, and then it set me up for like a showcase. And I didn't want to go to the showcase because I wasn't prepared. I missed like 2 or 3 classes, and it was already at the end. I said, oh man, no material. So the first time I stepped foot in a real comedy club was at the Haha in North Hollywood. Yeah. It was Latino night. So it was like Latinos, just ready. And all of a sudden they're bringing the beginners to warm up the audience. And I was drinking other people's drink. I was like, oh man. And I was so nervous, no material. And I go up and I just said, I just had to remember what I used to do when I was at the garage parties, just actually calling what I see. Yeah. So I'll be honest with you, I didn't have no material. I was so nervous. I was drinking other drinks. I think I got a cold soul right now. I was drinking other people's drinks. And then I said something like, this is an amazing place. This looks like a Chicano bomb shelter. It was like this, and it was just what I saw, and everyone was laughing. And the second time I tried to write jokes, it was terrible. I just ate it. I was so nervous. I forgot my jokes. I was like, and, oh my God.
Oh my God.
But I tried to write jokes, and it didn't work. I was like, oh man, this comedy thing's rough.
Wow. That was going to be my next question. I was going to ask, do you write your jokes? But you just mentioned that.
Yeah, I'm not the best writer.
Yeah.
What I do is I think of a scenario and a story, and in my mind I exaggerate it. And what I'll do is I'll just write down 3 things that I remember about it, and then like kind of organically speak about the topic.
Yeah.
Like just like conversating. Nice. Yeah, so it's never word for word. It's just kind of like, how it flows. And as I'm talking, if they enjoy that topic, then I'll just, tag the joke and add more to it.
Nice, man. You're a funny guy, man, and and I watched you even before you got on with Jo Koy. Thanks, here in the Bay Area, you try to follow the ones that come out of the Bay Area, right? So there was you, there was Mr. Rex Navarrete was.
Yes.
I don't know if you can say he's one of the pioneer Filipino comics coming out of the Bay Area.
Definitely, definitely.
So when I found out, okay, Joey Guila's from the Bay Area, man. Let's YouTube all this stuff and watch all these things. A lot of the stuff you were doing, man, hilarious. I mean, a lot of the comedy you do hits home to a lot of us Filipinos, even to the non-Filipinos. I spoke to a couple coworkers today, and they were like not Filipino, but they were laughing at some of the stuff that you were talking about. It's like we were watching the one at the Filipino comedy show that you did. You were talking about angry Vietnamese and why do they sound angry all the time? Right. Yeah, it's just funny. And the next question moving on is, what other what other comedy are you? Oh no, let's just put it this way. What was the best show you can think of? I know you're probably going to say the one with Jo Koy because that's the one in the Philippines, but what was the best show you've done where you're like, man, I killed it. Everybody was laughing, you went home happy.
Yeah, I think this one show I did, I was opening for the Jets. Yeah, for the Jets.
Wow, the
And
Jets.
yeah, and before I went on, I was meditating, and I was just saying I really want to bring, healing during
Yes.
the show. And so I used to practice, and I used to see a qigong healer who used to heal me, and he taught me about qigong. And I would say, wow, if I'm able to kind of learn how to heal myself, how can I project that healing with my voice and my hands and my body to the audience? So I would meditate that, with my words and my body language and my energy, that I hope to touch someone and heal. So I remember I performed, and people were just, you could see them like rolling over, like crying, laughing, like wiping their tears. I said, oh, that feels so good because I know it's hitting something. It's
Yes.
moving blood. And then afterwards, someone came up to me and goes, hey, my man, what's your name? Jory. Baby, this was all hurt. Look, it's all healed now. He was showing me he had this pain that he had for a long time. And he goes, I don't know what it is, Jory, but it's gone.
Wow.
And then I was like, "Are you serious?" He goes, "Yeah." So he gave me a hug, and I gave him a hug, and it was just that one person that in my mind I was thinking, "Oh, I hope someone feels better." And when he told me that his pain was gone, it just stuck in my head. I said, "Wow, this stuff really works.
Yeah.
This stuff really works." Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah, that was just, it made me tear because him finding relief.
Yeah.
You feel like I'm doing like my purpose and giving back. 'Cause I said, well, God, if you're gonna keep me here longer, how could you use me?
Yeah,
So
I'm
yeah,
glad.
that was probably like one of the highlights of just hearing him feeling better.
Nice. How do you find any difficulties being a Filipino comic? Is it one of those where you guys get thrown into a show where it's just Filipinos? Do you find that kind of do you like it that way? Would you rather be spread out with like a bunch of other comics?
When I first started, I started mostly like in Oakland.
Yes.
Yeah, so mainly the crowds were, it was the Ebony, the brothers and
Yes.
sisters. And, they gave me like my foundation and the love. It was
Yeah.
like, you know, either I mean, they let you know when it wasn't good and let you know when it was really good.
Yeah.
So starting off having tougher audiences, like, when I first started, it was like, whoa, it's very real. But then, when you hit that note, it's beautiful.
Yes.
And then, and they ride with you. And what I didn't learn about, like, when I first started was anything could happen.
Yeah.
Like anything could happen. And, through time, as you become a veteran, now you have so much more material that you could bring in, or you
Yeah.
just call out. But, when we used to perform, things would just happen randomly. A fight,
Yeah.
someone heckling, someone, and then you didn't know how to respond based on security.
Yes.
Like if you respond a little hard, like
Yeah,
do you have to defend yourself, or like, is it safe here? Because like part of doing stand up is swinging and missing because
Yes.
you don't know what works. So like the first 5 years is just finding out what floats, what doesn't
Nice.
float, and then going from performing for my African Americans and going to Latino crowds. I had to refigure out what worked in hardcore like cholo rooms in
Yeah. Yeah.
East LA, and I took some hits, because sometimes they didn't even like you when they first come up. Cause I was coming dressed from the salon. I didn't dress like a vato, and they thought I was Latino.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I'd go up there. They're like, "Come from San Francisco, Joey Guila." They're like, "Hey, what's up with your eyebrows, bro? Hey, what's up with your eyebrows? You ice skate or what?" So they just start getting you already. I'm like, God dang, it's so mean.
Christ.
But it was like, you gotta have tough skin.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh man, yeah, that's
Yeah, so it's like figuring out. But then, I ended up moving back to the Bay Area when I had a relapse with the big C.
Yeah.
So I came back, took 2 years off, and that's when I met Alan, Manalo, and Kevin. They brought me on my first Filipino show.
nice. Nice.
Yeah.
I'm glad to have you. For everyone who's just joining us, we have Joey Guila, Bay Area owned Filipino comic. Very, very, very funny, guys. Catch him on YouTube. He's also has his own website, joeyguila.com. I believe is that what it is? Joey
Oh yeah,
Guila.
brother. Man, I gotta update it. I haven't updated since New Edition broke up.
Oh, man, which one? Which one? The fifth time or the fourth? The fourth?
Yeah, I think it was the second time.
They broke up a few times, right? They broke up. See, that's what's cool about you, man. You're old school, and I can relate. Yesterday when we had that little conversation, it's like, God, this guy, I can relate to a lot of the things you and I talk about. You grew up in the Bay Area. You knew exactly what area I lived in when I told you the area that I lived in. I was like, wow, this guy's definitely Bay Area. And that's what I love. Like usually when you see someone who's, made it up there, and when I say made it up there, they kind of forget, their roots and kind of forget where they come from, or forget like the people, the little people, pretty much what they say. That's why everyone always says, hey, when you make it big, don't forget me, right? That's the first thing they say.
Right.
But you don't, man. I mean, it's like, I was like, God, this guy is real, man. And I love the attitude and the vibe you have. And then yesterday when I spoke to you and you told me everything, I was like, oh my God, man, Joey, man, this guy's real. This guy's a real. It's like I met Joey Guila, the comic, but I hung up with Joey Guila, the person, I was like, man, this is dope, man. I'm, having you on the show right now, it's like, it's a big thing. I'm like, the people that are watching, I'm like, wow, you guys are all on here. You guys are watching, supporting Joey Guila, supporting the Filipino comics that I think, we should support. You made a comment in one of your shows. I think it's the one you did with, I want to say with Jo Koy over in the Philippines. You said, we need more Filipinos in Hollywood. And I am so true with that. And my thing is, I don't like seeing us Filipinos in Hollywood playing a different character, the guy from Crazy Rich Asians, the cousin, straight Filipino guy. He's a Filipino guy, but he played a Chinese character. So it's kind of like, oh man, I don't like seeing that. I want to do a show where it's just all Filipinos or majority Filipinos, and it's an American show, American box office. Nothing on TFC or GMA, anything like that. How do you feel about that? Are you in agreement with more Filipinos in Hollywood?
Oh yeah, gosh, oh my gosh, so many talented Pinoy and Panay actors and actresses,
Yes.
and man, I just think if they were given the chance, whoo,
Yes.
yeah, whoo,
Totally agree, man.
yeah, definitely, so many talented actors and actresses, and
You're
man.
on some stuff here. I'm looking at your IMDb page. Lumpia with a Vengeance. You played Mayor Ronaldo. What was that about?
Yeah. So that's a movie that just came out. We filmed a few years ago, and it's cool, man. It's in a nutshell, it's like a Filipino superhero movie, of course.
Yes.
The main character is his weapon is a lumpia,
Nice.
so which is kind of cool, which I love. It's like putting our food on the map.
Yes.
And putting this whole Marvel twist with it, and yeah, it's silly, it's funny, and it was fun. It was fun.
Nice.
Definitely
Nice.
fun, yeah.
Are you planning, or do you have anything in the works where, big screen, small screen? Are you planning anything like that in the future? Once this whole COVID thing passes, is there anything in the future for you with that?
Yeah. I definitely wanted to dive in more into acting,
Yes.
and they are having like auditions online.
Yeah.
And, I've gotten a call or two to try out some roles and stuff. So I'm like, oh man, I need to find out how to act real fast. So yeah, I'd love to dive in. I just respect what they do, man. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I mean, like a lot of these actors are so believable.
Yeah.
I've been watching this. Oh my gosh, this series called Coyote.
Okay.
Coyote. Yeah, the main actor. I guess he's the guy from Something Bad.
Breaking Bad. Okay. Yeah.
Bad.
Yeah.
No. I'm sorry. That's Your Honor. My bad. Your Honor.
Okay.
I've been watching that and Coyote. I'm not a big TV person, but those two, and I was just tripping. The acting is it's amazing.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the actors and actresses, man.
I watched that episode of I don't know if you've seen it on HBO Max. They did the whole Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. They did the reunion.
Union, I missed that. Yeah.
And then they were showing scenes of them like going through they're going through the rehearsal, they're going through the reads, and it's like Will Smith was so strict on remembering your lines that he remembered everybody's lines.
I saw that.
And
he was mimicking their lines, right?
Yeah. And here I am. I can't even remember to get up tomorrow, and it's like I got to remember a line, man. I'd be the worst actor.
I don't know how they do it.
I don't.
I know they could look at a few pages and jump on and start rehearsing. That's amazing.
Yeah, so shout out. You're right, man. Shout out to all the actors who are sitting here, remembering lines and having to go through this every day, man. Shout out to them. I mean, like I said, man, sometimes I don't even remember where I'm going, which direction I'm walking to work, And then I got to remember 20 lines. I'm like, how do I remember 20 lines, man?
Right.
Man,
I know. I have cheat sheets for everything, man.
Exactly. I asked you your favorite, your best show, and let's go with your worst. What was your worst show ever that you would like to share with us?
Ooh, the worst, I say. Oh yeah, it was I think I did a show for it was LAPD.
Okay.
Yeah, it was LAPD, yeah. And everyone ate already. Everyone's looking sleepy already.
They're already full.
And I went out, I said, oh man, they already paid me. And I was trying to keep them to stay, keep them. And they looked tired. They were they had kids running around.
Oh my God.
And there was kids running back in front of me, and I was trying to get their attention, And yeah, but it was a trip. It's I said, oh man, I just gotta stand here and deliver. I said, I'm set to do 30 minutes. It's 28 more minutes. All right, y'all, let's do this. Man.
Oh man.
But yeah, there's gigs where you're not supposed to do comedy there.
Yeah.
But you get hired to do it. And I've done shows where it was outdoor 112. That's probably my second worst. Okay. It was in Delano, and there was such a good group of people. It was 112. It was so hot. Wow. No one wanted to sit in front. So everyone hid under a tree that was half a mile away.
Speakers wasn't reaching out, right?
Yeah. So I was talking, hey, how you guys doing? They're everyone's like this. And I was so, man, I almost fainted.
Yes.
And I told my joke twice because I was having heat stroke on stage.
The worst.
Yeah, brother.
Man. How was it? How was it, or how was it working with Jo Koy when you went out to the Philippines? You did the show. We watched it. We all watch it on every Filipino. When we hear the word Jo Koy, the name Jo Koy, we all get on there. We're gonna watch it. And then when he started bringing out guests, and I was like, oh man, Joey Guila's on here. How was it working with Jo Koy, and how did you feel going to the Philippines?
Wow, that was my first time.
Okay.
And I was super excited. I just had a setback with my health, not months before.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh my gosh, am I gonna be able to make it? And Joe was just like, yo man, just get healthy. I got something big coming up. And I was like, what? Where are we going? San Jose, LA?
Yeah.
He's all, no, we got something big. Because right before that, he was nice enough to say, hey man, how you feeling? I go, I'm all right, man. He goes, come to San Jose. I'll come to my hotel. Went to his hotel. Pretty soon we're in this big SUV, blacked out.
Yeah.
We pull up to this arena and it's just thousands of people. Man, go up, man, do your thing. I'm like, what? I haven't been up almost a year. Oh God. Oh. And then they just call my name and I run out there and I'm like, all his fans just,
wow.
And I'm like, look at his fans. This brother is healing.
Yeah.
And then we're in the Philippines. I had left already, but he had a show after our taping where he sold out this whole big stadium. Crazy. I don't know if it was
This is in the Philippines.
Nice. 16,000 people just waiting for him. Crazy. I already left, but yeah, he sold out this big arena in the Philippines.
Yes. That
was amazing. But yeah, the whole trip there, going there, and he flew me first class. I never flew first class. I was like, oh my God.
What's that?
They even sounded rich. They were like, would you like some luau? He said luau. And then they put even this drape and gave me on the plane, and they put slippers on me.
Wow.
And I just put in my toes like this, and they just put slippers on me like that. And I was like, oh man, this first class? This is a trip.
Philippine airline?
Yeah. And then I got to lay down all the way flat. And there was I even felt like a blanket go over my shoulder,
Wow.
Called me ma'am, sir. I was like, I'll take it.
Exactly.
Hello, ma'am, sir. Blanket. And then he set us up at these big suites. And first time I used the bidet, I was like, man, I was addicted. I just kept on spraying my puwet. This is dope, Joe.
I'm getting one when I get home.
Yeah. Yeah, but man, the experience of Philippines, though, man, I loved it, man. The people were beautiful,
Yes.
and I just wish I had visited way earlier. I said, man, I'm almost 50 years old going there,
Yeah.
but I've been missing. But going there, it just made me just appreciate my culture even more,
Yeah.
and just seeing the beautiful children. And what I learned is like materials and everything, because sometimes seeing if someone has less possessions but they just have so much joy and happiness, it just taught me what the real meaning of life was. I said,
Yes.
boy, I was a spoiled kid wanting a big wheel and a bike. They were playing with three kids playing with a broken toy, having so much fun. And I
And they
said,
and they
man,
loved it
it's
too,
not
right?
not about materialism at all.
Wow. You're full Filipino, right? Full Filipino?
Oh, I'm half.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
dad.
okay.
Yeah, pops is Filipino. He's got a little Chinese,
Okay.
and my mom is Burmese, English, Irish, Spanish, Italian,
Okay.
but was born in India. She was
Okay.
born and raised in India.
Wow.
So I grew up with the Indian culture
Yeah.
as well, and the
Wow,
Filipino.
wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, you look Filipino, but then you also could be I don't want to call it Mexican because that's what they call us.
yeah,
But-
yeah. They thought I was Chicano in high school.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they just said, yeah, hey Joe, hey Chico, orderly Joe, hey, what's happening, bro?
What are you doing with the Filipino club? You don't belong here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. My stepdad, who came in my life when I was 12, he's Mexicano.
Okay.
So my sisters are Mexican and half what I am.
Okay. Okay. Good. Good.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Did you? I mean, you keep bringing up the big C. And I know. I think you mentioned it's in remission.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
Good to hear.
Thank
good to
you,
hear.
brother.
Good
Thank
to
you,
hear.
man.
And
Thank
that's
you.
definitely something that that everyone from now till thing I mentioned to you yesterday. With the gift of life, I mentioned how my brother-in-law just got a kidney replacement, and everything is going well with him. And shout out to my brother-in-law RC, and just that knowing that you are gonna keep going on, you're gonna keep, you're gonna live, you're gonna do all this stuff, and for you to go through remission, man. Again, prayers to everything, and hope everything moves forward for you going forward.
Oh, thank you, brother. Thank you so much. Yeah, every morning I just I give gratitude and I'm thankful, and I pray for everyone else too.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
everyone's body's healing.
Yeah.
And yeah, man.
I mean, this is the time, I told you yesterday, this is the time where, everyone needs to heal in some sort of way, if we didn't learn anything in 2019 or 2020 with this COVID and being, selfish with certain things, this is the time that we need to learn, and it's like, you can't sit there and say, I'm not going to get COVID, I already known a few people that passed away with COVID. So it's kind of like, it's, if you guys are taking that serious, then it's about time that people do take that serious. But
That's true.
man,
Shout out to my brother Ricky P. He's on right now too. He's listening. Yeah, he got out of the hospital from having COVID.
oh man.
Yeah.
Yes, shout out to you, man. Shout out to you for beating that. That's definitely
Yeah.
cool, man. That's definitely cool. What do you have plans moving forward, man? I mean, I know, with what you said yesterday, it's kind of hard to get out of the house, do anything, fun right now. The Bay Area, you're in the Bay Area. The Bay Area just lifted. Are you planning to go out? You're gonna get some food?
Not really. Only thing I do is mainly just I love just taking my dogs out, me and
Okay.
my fiance, and we'll just pick a park, chill out, pack a lunch.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And try to find somewhere scenic where we get some fresh air and some trees.
Nice.
And yeah, real simple.
What kind of
Real
dogs?
simple. I have a bulldog, an old English bulldog. It's like a
Nice.
bigger version of an English bulldog.
Yes.
And a Chihuahua. So we got the 5 pound and we got the 85 pound.
85 pounds.
And we all sleep together. That's the
Yes.
white. That's the white in us.
No. Everyone does that. So it's yeah.
You have dogs too?
I have a little, it's funny. It's a Chihuahua Yorkie when we got the dog, right? It was a Chihuahua Yorkie.
Dude.
Everybody thinks he's mixed with a Dachshund, right? I call him Little Scrappy. Then we reached out to, the owner, the guy who gave us the dog, and it's like, wait, his dad, the dog Chihuahua, and then the mom Chihuahua, So why is he not a full Chihuahua? Where did the Yorkie come from? They're like, well, the mom, I think, is half Yorkie. I'm like, no, this dude's a full Chihuahua. What are you talking about?
They're like, this one's mestizo.
Yeah, this is the mestizo Chihuahua. So, we have a dog. It's, running around. I'm trying really hard not to make him bark. He barks at everything. With the wind going on right now, he'll bark at the wind. So,
right.
It's like, shut up. Be quiet for 45 minutes. Just don't do anything.
Yeah, I got a question for you. What kind of tattoo you got there on your right arm?
This is, so let me move this mic. This is the Philippines.
Does that say ABT? No, I'm joking. Oh, nice.
And then I got the lion right there.
Oh, okay, dope.
I'm a Leo. Over here on this side, this is the one that I won't touch. This is, I was born in the Philippines, came here when I was 2, never went back. So this is Balanag Roots, my last name.
Oh, nice. And that's the Philippine Islands?
Philippine Islands, yeah. Someplace that I one day might want to visit again. Or visit, because ever since I left, I never went back. And,
No way.
Yeah. I have family out there. The whole thing with me was my whole family moved out here. My aunts and uncles moved out here. So there was not really a reason for me to go out there and visit other than to visit the country, right?
Right. But then, the family is here.
But then I have family, extended family, I have aunts, my mom's cousins, and they're all still out there. So one day, eventually, I want to visit and be out there, go out there. Jo Koy, if you're listening, I definitely want to go to the Philippines with you guys.
Yes.
I'll be the one carrying your luggage for you.
Man, he was like Michael Jackson out there, brother.
Oh, I believe it, man.
When we were in a jeepney, we were driving.
Yeah.
And they didn't know Jo Koy's in there, but they knew he was in there.
Yeah.
Like the window, he was above it, but then you could see people driving, looking. They were like on motorcycles. They're pointing, and you know what was cool about it? He tried to talk to everyone that acknowledged him, and I thought that was dope.
I never got to meet him. Every time he has a show out here in the Bay Area, it's like as soon as a ticket goes on sale, as soon as you get on your phone, it's like boom, sold out. So it's like, oh man, I got to catch Jo Koy. And I heard everyone says he's like the most humblest person there.
Super personable, and you get like a feeling when you watch his show. Like he makes you feel, and I think like certain preachers have that effect, and he definitely has that gift. Of just grabbing your attention and making you laugh, and you always feel good after you see him, man. He's definitely like a gift. He's a gift.
How did you feel when he said, "Hey, come with me to the Philippines. I want you to come with me"?
My gosh, I almost started tearing, man, because he's a good brother, very, very, very generous, and always looks out for his friends, and he's helped me big time. Nice. I'm just so thankful that he included me, because I was just thinking, oh man, am I gonna do stand up again? And I was thinking of my health, and then he made me like spark the fire again. Like, okay, hey man, it's time to be funny now, brother. I said, all right, man. So I didn't really have enough time to even like I wasn't practicing comedy. So I had to figure out what I'm gonna say. I never been to Philippines. Are they gonna get what I'm gonna say? Because I'm from the Bay Area, and I'm like, am I gonna have too much slang? And I'm oh man, it's Netflix, so everyone in the world is gonna be watching. I was like, what am I gonna say? And I just started exaggerating just facts. And I was like, because I was supposed to go to I had a high school Vallejo reunion, so that popped in my head as like, I was debating whether I was gonna go or not. So I just thought of a joke. Because I was picturing everyone older dancing, and I said, we're not gonna look the same, man. And then I just thought of just a few different things that just came to my head, and on the plane I was just kind of like writing it down, and then the guys, when we got to the Philippines, the guys went to warm up at a spot. They just made a surprise visit, and they all rocked it, and I broke out in some kind of a rash when I got there. So I was like, oh man, I wanted to save my body for our taping. So I was like, oh, I didn't even practice. I was nervous. How's it going to work, man? Oh, how's it going to work? So before I went out, I just pressed it. I leave it to you, and whatever I deliver, hopefully I make people feel good and have a good time.
No, it worked out, man. It was, when you were on, I was like, I think the saddest part was when you had like 3-4 minutes. What was it, 3 or 4 minutes?
Just like editing, we filmed so much, but then everything had to be squished into the hour. So we filmed other stuff even outside, and so everything, everything had to be like cut up and condensed. But but it was fun though, man.
Yeah, I mean, just watching you, I was like, oh my God, he got to go to the Philippines. Jo Koy took him there. It's on Netflix, so everyone's gonna watch it. And it was like, wow, that's how you're big, when you got someone like Jo Koy who says, Joey, come with me. We're going to the Philippines. We're doing a Netflix special. So, shout out to you for being there, man. It's a lot of people's dreams just to go to the Philippines, and you were invited and you rocked it, man. 4 minutes, you rocked it. I wish it was a little longer, I wish it was a little longer.
Maybe they released the unedited version.
Oh, okay.
Because I think I did like 9 minutes.
9 minutes?
Fun. It was super fun.
That should be. Hopefully, that's out. That's something we definitely.
Yeah, that'll be cool if they have like a behind the scenes. And, that'll be dope.
Nice.
Because I did stuff about my dad, like with his real accent that I'd never done before.
Oh wow.
So that's what I wanted like everyone to see. I was like, man, I wanted to see that, Because my dad was, he was very street, grew up in the Mission.
Nice.
Mission District.
Shout out to the Mission people.
Yeah. Like some of his advice, and he's super street too.
Yeah.
So I was just sharing that, and they got it in the Philippines. They were dying.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was thinking, but I think the joke might have been too long for it to squeeze in.
Yeah.
Well,
the Mission's not the Mission anymore. I don't know if you've been there lately, but
I heard it's different.
It's not. You can still get your good tacos, your good burritos. Those are still there, but it's not what it was when we grew up in the Mission or hanging around in the Mission. It's not like that anymore. But
it's different.
It's different.
Yeah, I was born in the Mission.
Oh, nice. Yeah, let's talk about that, man. You mentioned Vallejo. I know you went to Westmore, so you grew up in San Francisco?
Yeah, I grew up in the Richmond district in San Francisco. And till I was in high school, then we moved to the Sunset, from Richmond to Sunset.
Yeah.
And then I went to Sacred Heart my freshman year, and then we moved to Daly City.
Okay.
And then I went to Westmore. And man, that was like a movie, man. Going to Westmore. There was the Samoan bully. We had a Samoan bully.
Yeah.
He used to. This one dude, he had a thick mustache, and he had a skirt with Reeboks.
Ooh.
And he'd be in line. He'd just go behind you. Hey, give me $1 for lunch. And everybody like, damn, get your dollar out. Here you go. And one time I got out the pool, right, and my hair was wet, and he saw me. He goes, hey, come here. And I was like in my towel. I was like, where? Come here. And I was like, oh, why? So he came up behind me. He goes, I like your puka shell. And I go, oh, for real? It's a gift. He goes, give them to me. And I was like, what? And I just put my head down. He was just taking it off like real slow. He just put it on him like that. And he walked out. So I became friends with his sister.
Okay.
Because I was beatboxing. And she wanted to learn how to beatbox. And then, I'll be teaching her beatboxing and stuff. And all of a sudden, he'll come walk and sit down next to me. And then his leg would be touching my leg, and he's shaking his leg, but it's moving my whole body. And then he's just digging in my chips while my hand is in there and eating my chips. I guess we're friends now because his big ass hand was going in my chips and eating while my hand was still in there. I was like, oh my God, eating my chips, take my puka shells.
Take my puka shells. Jesus.
But yeah, he was nice to me after that.
Nice. How was the transition? I mean, when we were growing up, and you and I are the same age, we always had this thing about Vallejo. You grew up, you said you went to high school.
Vallejo was so different.
Yeah, how was that for you? How was the transition
It was
for you?
like, so I went there my junior year, and I was like, whoa. Because, I'm used to going on buses and commuting the city, going to Ceremony. I was like, the first time I saw a cow, I was like, man, yeah, this is the country out here.
Wow.
But Vallejo was like its own country.
Yeah.
It was country, and it was like hood. Like, it was a trip going to Vallejo High. Everyone had finger waves. The white dudes.
Yep.
The Latinos, and everyone had like heavy slang. So like a lot of the words they were using, I didn't hear in the city. Like if you were player or pimp, they go, oh, he a big old ocean. I was like, what does that mean? Like, oh, you a big old ocean. And all these different words that I was like, I didn't hear that in the city.
What is a big old
ocean? They had
ocean?
all these crazy words, and they called cars loads.
Yeah.
They were like, oh yeah, that's my load. And I was like, what load are you talking about? The laundry or? Yeah.
Man,
Yeah, Vallejo was cool though. It was definitely adjusting, but man, met some really good homies and friends over there, and yeah, that's
did
why I
you meet it?
graduated high
Did
school.
you meet E40 while he was out there? Because I think E40 went to Vallejo High, did he?
40, he was like 3 years older than
Okay,
us.
okay.
So no, I didn't. Who else was there? Baby Bash.
Yeah,
I
baby.
think yeah, he was like 2 years older than us.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice,
Mac Dre. I
Mac-
remember I saw Mac Dre when I was
nice.
in Vallejo.
I'm out of questions for you, man. Is there anything you wanna bring up to the crowd? I know. Again, I shouted out, earlier. Thank you for coming on. I really appreciate you, coming on here. Hopefully, when all this is said and done, and we're all vaccinated and COVID is, a thing of the past, we can get together. Maybe go to the New England Lobster Company up in Burlingame and go grab some crab sandwiches over
Oh,
there.
I love that.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
love that.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Let's do that. I want to shout out whoever's watching on Facebook. Thank you so much for watching this and hanging
Yes,
with us.
yes.
And so good, man. Even though we can't go out, I mean, having this technology is
Technology,
beautiful,
man.
man.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I appreciate you, brother.
Joey Guila, you can catch him again, joeyguila.com. He's on YouTube. And I guess when new stuff comes out, we'll know. We'll know right away, right?
Yes, yes, definitely, definitely. Thank you so much, man. Thank you
Joey,
for having me.
thank you for being on the show. Thank you for being on. It's going to be a podcast. So for you guys on Facebook, if you missed the show, I'm going to upload this on YouTube. I'm also going to upload this on my podcast. So there's a bunch of other ways you can watch it. So if you guys missed whatever on Facebook Live, don't worry. It's going to be uploaded. Joey Guila, again, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you for being on
Everybody
here.
in the house.
And then I want to shout out again to Jax Guapo. I think I'm going to make, this is going to be your theme song.
Ain't no party like a Filipino party, 'cause the
Hey,
Filipino
that's
party
right.
don't stop.
Filipino party.
I said ain't no
Joey Guila,
party like a
again,
Filipino
thank you.
party.
Prayers, I hope everything stays safe. Hope that remission stays forever. And,
brother.
hope to see you on stage soon. Again, thank you for being on the show. And I definitely greatly appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. You're
Oh man, sending love to you and everyone
good
watching this,
person.
brother. Much love. God bless. And man,
thank you,
laugh
man. Thank you.
is medicine, brother. Keep laughing.
All right, man. Thank you,
All
Joey.
right, brother.
All right.
Thank you, brother. God
Thanks,
bless.
everyone on Facebook. We're gonna end it right now. So you guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for the love. Thanks for showing Joey Guila the love. Thanks for being there, and hopefully future we can get him on another show doing other stuff as well, and maybe keep us updated on what's going on with future shows and events.
Thank you, brother.
All right, man. Take care.
Take care, brother. Bye
See ya.
bye.
All right. Again, thank you for Joey Guila for coming on the show, coming on the podcast. Great guy. You can catch him on pretty much anything right now. You can find him on YouTube. You can find him joeyguila.com. That's definitely a cool spot to jump on. Cool guy, definitely cool guy to have. And this has been fun. This has been fun. My first time doing a nice, live broadcast like this with a funny comedian. But I am going to end it the way I started it. For you guys watching on YouTube, because this is now going to be uploaded on YouTube. Thanks for watching, guys. Podcast and vlog is ended. Go in peace. Wow, that's the first time I did that live. Facebook Live.